Yeah, good evening guys, it's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Wednesday the 17th of May 2017. I do apologise, I'm probably about one day too late to do my video, but all this is my weekly video where I go over the daily charts that I'm trading and also just have a quick look at the news and what's happening in the world of trading. So let's have a look at the news first. This week, super quiet week compared to the last couple of weeks. Really not much happening at all. We've already done all the Wednesday night news. It's 10 p.m. local here in Vietnam. There wasn't much at all. A couple of talking heads. UK Prime Minister back on Monday, and I think the ESB, the European President, speaks on Friday. Other than that, some retail sales out of the UK, unemployment rate out of Australia tomorrow morning, and just the usual suspects really, nothing out of the ordinary. Quiet week. So let's have a look at the charts because we do have a few to go through. As I said, this is always the daily charts I show here, nothing else, and I'll just run through them fairly quickly. We'll start off with the Aussie New Zealand as we normally do. We're in a buy here. Remember, the blue represents buy, so the vertical line is the signal and the horizontal line is the entry. Blue here, so as you can see, prices below at the moment. I haven't got a stop in place. This is on Divergence. Remember, Divergence, green is for bullish Divergence, red is for bearish Divergence, and if you see a blue or aqua trend line, that's just something to help me with just general trading stuff. So we're in a buy here, nothing happening, it's going against me, but nothing too drastic. Let's get through these pretty quick. Euro NZ, I was in a sell here, I was stopped out, hence this red vertical line. I've left it in place there, and as you can see, it was taken on bearish divergence. So what I'll do is I'll look for it to roll over again and possibly look for another sell, another re-entry there. But at the moment, we're in no trades. USD PLN. What have I done here? Stand by, people. I'll just move my charts. I've gone way too far ahead here. Out of sync. Right, there we go. Back on track. Now back to the Euro, Euro USD. I am in a sell all the way down here, as you can see. So it's a bit of a mess, this one. However, I'm in a small buy at this level here, and that's the stop for that buy up there. I've already closed part of that buy. Yeah, there's my sell down here. So it's a bit messy. And it's still shooting up nicely, the Euro. I've got a double top on the MACD Platinum. It gave me that sort of regular bearish divergence. I was in a sell in this area here. It was stopped out. It stopped across those highs there, and it's just kept on going. So that sell did save me a bit, but it's not to worry, we'll be right. Pound New Zealand. It's a bit messy, this one, in 3 sells, 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, prices up here at the top, above them all. There's my overall break-even level. These are at different position sizes, you can see on the chart, 0, 2, 0, 6, and 1, 0. So this is an older method I use, money management, so I'm just looking for price to roll over. Hopefully it will. It's sort of stalled there. My concern now is the MACD's gone through the 0 level, so I'll have to keep a close eye on this. USD Canadian dollar, in a sell here, as you can see in this area here, went against me a little bit. I've already closed a part of it, and my stops at break even, so my stops at this level here. It's against the trend, I've just got to be careful, and now the MACD's gone through the 0 level. But it is a can't lose trade, which is good. AUD Aussie Canadian, same deal, in a sell in this area here. It's a nice double top on price. That gave us bearish divergence. hidden bearish divergence. Come down to the 240 LMA. I did close one part, then I closed another part of my trade, so I've only got a very small 0.01 left in trade. My stop's at break even. I've drawn this grey vertical line here just to show that I've got a possible change in trend here with a blue MACD. Obviously before I go long I need a blue QMP, and as the MAs are up I'd probably take the buy trade there, but we'll just have to wait and see. At the moment we're in a no lose sell trade. Now Aussie Swiss franc. Now this is a pair that's just been going against me forever by the sounds of things, or the looks of things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buy trades, increasing position size, so I'm probably at my limit with regards to trade size. I probably won't take any more buy trades on the daily. The thing that you can see, this big trend line here, same here, giving me bullish divergence still many times. And the thing is, if you look, I'll just do the chart up a bit. See this low here, low here, low here, low here, low here, low here. Look where we are now. So I'm saying that's a fairly significant point or level of support. Not sure if there's, I'll just see if I can squish up a little bit more. Even back here, it was resistance. That area was resistance. So it's a very important level where we're at the moment. So ideally, I'd like to see price start heading up. And look at this, MACD is well below the zero line. Has been for ages. Unbelievable that, really. So hopefully price will bounce here and start heading up. That's the plan anyway, so I can get out of these trades. Pound Aussie. This is another painful pair for me at the moment. In a few trades, 3 on the daily, and also 1 from the old 12-hour charts I was trading. In a recent daily here, it has got a stop in place. They're all the same trade size, so I really need price to roll over. Again, the MACD is getting near the zero level, so it's causing me a bit of grief, this pair, but we'll work out of it slowly. New Zealand USD is another pair that's been giving me a bit of grief. It's been taking a long time. I'm in 3 buys, 1, 2, 3 different trade sizes. As you can see here, 2, 6 and 10. There's my break even, that yellow horizontal dash line. It's just got to get up there. I know it's not far for it to go. Plenty of divergence there, so just a matter of being patient. Euro Canadian. As you can see, there's a sell signal up here. I didn't just put a crosshairs on there. There's a red dot. I didn't take it. There was no real divergence there, and it's probably a good thing too, because look, now price has gone up higher, so now it'll probably give me divergence if it continues up a bit. It's highly unlikely the MACD will break this high here, so I'll probably end up with divergence there, looking to sell back down. But there's no trades on at the moment. That's Euro Canadian. Pound Swiss franc. This is another pair that's caused me some grief, like a lot of the pound pairs. I'm in 2 sell trades on the actual daily. I've got an old 1 8-hour sell trade and 2 12-hour sell trades. So you can see all the red horizontal lines here. There's actually my overall break even for the sells, that yellow line there, and the way the price is going at the moment, it's heading there pretty quick, which is good. I'm in another sell trade, the most recent sell trade on the daily. I've already closed a part of that, put my stop at break even. I just had to reduce my overall risk. So at the moment we're trying to lock in a little bit of profit, at least on one trade, and we'll use profit from those winning trades to help offset the losses from the losing trades. It's a bit complicated, but you just got to sit down and do the maths and it works out all right. Euro pounds. This is a pair I'm in no trade at the moment. I've just closed out all my buy trades from last week. Remember, I was in a bit of pain on this pair also. They've all been closed out, and I think I took a very small loss just because the swap was a bit high, but happy with that result. At the moment, nothing doing, just waiting. New Zealand, Canadian, no trades at the moment. It's a bit of a sideways market. This is a sideways sort of pair. So look at the MAs are getting nice and tight now. Happy to trade this pair both ways. It just gets a little bit ugly sometimes if you're looking at it as a trending chart, but certainly sideways you can keep it pretty tight, but nothing happening at the moment. Canadian, Swiss franc. There was sort of a sell signal here. I marked it on the chart. I didn't take it, and the reason I didn't take it, which is probably wasn't the smartest decision I made, but the MACD had only just gone above the 0 level, and price hadn't really gone back into the MAs far enough. Ideally, I like to see the price roll up into the MAs, then come down. Didn't do that, so I'm quite happy just to sit and let this one go and see how it pans out. As you can see, it's a nice mover sometimes, so I just want to see how it goes, but no trades at the moment. New Zealand, Swiss franc, similar. I didn't take this as a sell trade. It did go into the MAs, but my problem was it was sitting, by the time the signal at the close of this candle here on the grey vertical line, it was already just about sitting on this low here, and the MACD is just above the 0 level. It just doesn't give itself much room to move, so I didn't take that trade either. Let's have a look at some of these other charts before we run out of time. Euro, Aussie, a bit like the Euro, heading up. Drawing the trend lines here, the red ones, possible double top on MACD or close to it. Just looking for some sort of red QMP to take a sell signal. At the moment, it just looks like it wants to head up. So I could draw a trend line across the lows here and just look for a break of that or something like that once I get a red dot. Few options there, but no rush at the moment as it's heading the wrong way. Aussie USD, in a buy over here and in a second buy here, both the same position size. So with both of them being the same position size, my overall break even's right in the middle between the two blue lines. But at the moment, even though we've got bullish divergence, the Aussie's really not doing much. So I'm just waiting for it to pop up a bit and see how we go. But it's not doing too bad. I'm not too concerned about the Aussie. USD, Swiss franc, in a sell trade here. There was a double top across here. You can see the red, which also was a bearish divergence. Here's my entry at this level here. Hit this previous low. I marked this support zone on the chart. It was a low. Another significant sort of area. See, if you look to the left here, sort of come up, had a go at it, come up here, had a go at it, bounced off it here. So, up through there, it's close. Remember, it's a zone, not an actual level. So there, and now we've come back to it. So it's a fairly significant level. Hence, I drew the line there, and price has now dropped through it. I've taken part of my sell off the table and moved my stop to break even. So I'm in a no lose trade there, which is good. If it continues down, that'd be great. USD, Singapore dollar. All right, I've taken a sell here, which is good. It's going in my favour. Now we're at this sort of bottom here. So tomorrow morning, I'll probably take a part of this trade off the table and move my stop to break even. It's at a level that's fairly significant with this pair. Some sort of support level at the moment. MACD is not quite to the 0 level, so I'm happy to just reduce my risk there and just get it stop the break even. But looking good. USD Japan, another winning trade. In a sell, I've got a stop in place at the moment. Price has rolled over nicely. You can see it all here, the bearish divergence. still a long way, the MACD is still a long way from the zero level, which is great. But getting closer to 240 LMA, which may be a sticking point. So tomorrow morning, I may look at taking a part of that trade off the table, locking in some profit and get my stop to break even. Euro, Swiss franc. Now this is an interesting one, like, because I'm in a sell at this level here. I've got no stop in place, so it's gone against me. We've got another red dot here. I probably should on the MACD platinum, and because it's still a valid QMP red dot, I probably should have taken that at that level. Then I sort of missed it, and I drew this trend line, and before I even started this video, this price had dropped like I was down here somewhere, but it's gone up quickly against me. So I'll just keep an eye on that, and if this trend line break holds, maybe in the morning, I'll have a look at taking a second sell on this trade. Certainly lends itself to another sell there, but I missed an opportunity to get in on this red dot here, which is sort of kicked myself for, but not to worry. Euro, New Zealand, I was in a sell. I've left the vertical line for you there. I was stopped out just above the high for a loss. It's still got the bearish divergence. However, I've got a red QMP dot, so I'd be looking for this trend line to continue down, this trend line to continue up, and for it to roll over somewhere. So possibly another opportunity to take a short. It's hard to tell with these euro pairs at the moment. Now, USD PLN, this is the, I drew the beautiful channel lines last week, and I took this buy in here, looking to go up to the channel, top channel line. As we all know, it didn't happen. It completely reversed, went through the channel line and stopped me out. So that was a buy that took a loss, but we've still got divergence here, and if this MACD holds as such, we'll still possibly get another buy entry here. Obviously need a a green QMP filtered dot, etc. And I might even move these channel, that sort of fits still. Keep across the body there, touches there. It's not too bad. Still possibly go up to that top channel there. But we took a loss there on the buy. Euro, I think it's Hungarian forint. Nothing doing here. Possibly setting up for bullish divergence, but until we get dots, nothing. USD, Mexican peso. Yeah, we had a good little result here. I was in two sell trades. So I was in one back here, this one, and I've took a second one there. I've closed out one sell trade completely. Got to stop at break even on the second one, or just in the point of entry. It's had a bit of a go at it, but it's dropping down again. And the MACD's getting close to zero levels, so locked in profit there and took some profit already. So it's getting had these huge big trends on this pair, then suddenly when I start trading it, we go sideways. Murphy's Law. Euro, Norwegian krone. Don't know why I missed this trade. Nice bearish divergence there. You can see the trend lines. Signal to go short there, and I missed it. Not sure why. Don't know what I was doing or what I was paying attention to, but obviously not this pair. So I'll just put that grey line in there to remind me. May get another opportunity if it comes up back to that sort of level there, and it's still oh no, I won't, because the MACD's gone through the zero level now. I'm not going to risk it. USD, Hungarian forint. I'm going to have to learn how to pronounce that still. I was in a buy here, had my stop at the lows there, and it's just dropped off completely, which is a good thing. My stop got me out, but it's still possibly forming bullish divergence. I've kept the green trend lines in place, and if it pulls up here somewhere, there might be an opportunity to take another buy. I've just drawn this trend line across the tops. Look for a break of that with combined with dots. Might give me a good trade there. Let's keep on going through these. USD, Turkish lira. Yep. I'm in a buy here based on this bullish divergence and a buy signal in this area here. It's gone against me, but now it's starting to go up nicely. My concern is the MACD's close to zero level, and this trend line across the tops here is coming closer to the entry level. Each day it takes, it doesn't get there. So hopefully it'll just roll up and head up. But not holding my breath at the moment, but it's sort of holding this level here. I guess you could probably even say there's no, not really. I was going to say triple bottom, but it's not even. So we've just got to be patient and go upwards. USD, South African Rand in the sell here. There's a nice little sell signal. Price, the MACD's gone through the zero level, and price gone down nicely. So I closed out part of my position already, and my stops now break even. So just make sure I can't lose on this trade. Ideally, I'd like to see it drop, keep on dropping down and break this previous low here, but it looks like it wants to head back up now. It's all getting a bit tight in there, so just take what we can at the moment. Next one is gold. Ooh, look at this. We're in a buy here, which is good in this area here, so we pretty well hit the low there. This is based on bullish divergence. It's gone up nicely. There's no real reason to not do anything here. I might consider in the morning move my stop up to break even just to protect that. That's a fair bit in gold by looks, and it's a pair I'm not really familiar with trading live, so this is something new for me, and it has some great moves, but it's a commodity, I guess, that people go to for certain reasons, and let's keep on looking at it. So here's its little brother, silver. There was a good little buy signal down here. I didn't take it. It was against the trend. Didn't have any divergence really. But look at that. You can just about take every trade on every dot there, and you're going to lose a couple, but generally they're pretty good. But I didn't take it, so I'll just be patient and wait. Great British Pound USD. This from a while ago. This sell that I got stopped out of just, and I've made a note here, possible re-entry. I've drawn a couple of trend lines just to give me an idea which way price is going. The pound's really sort of struggling to go much higher, as a lot of our pairs show. It just seems to be going sideways. I'm not sure if you give that little pattern there a name, like a pennant or a flag or something like that. And finally, I've just added the S&P 500, the US, basically the top 500 stocks of the US, I guess you could say. And this is a daily chart, and it looks like it's having a bit of a heading down. Hence, probably that's why gold's going up. It's just more of a curious thing for me, just to keep an eye on things. So that's about it, guys. As I said, it's a quiet week in news, and once again, I'd like to thank any new members that have joined the JAGfx Facebook group or subscribed on the YouTube channel, and people that even contact me. I get quite a few emails every day. Always happy to answer anyone's questions, and yeah, so welcome. And if you have got any questions, just either post them in the Facebook group, send me an email, or even ask me on the YouTube channel. No worries, I'll talk later. Thank you.